Hey, Westmont. Bob Fleck, Executive Director, Westmont Park District here. I'm here with my buddies.
Luke Weiss.
Joel Hyman.
We're here to tell you about our biggest, best, and most exciting event of the year. It's the 4th of July celebration at Ty Warner Park. So we want to give you a little information, tell you about some of the things that are going on, and give you a little background. I know we're all looking forward to it. It is a tremendous community event that takes everybody from the Park District, the village, police, fire, public works, and some of our surrounding neighbors of the park to pull this event off. It's massive, isn't it?
Absolutely. I like seeing the entire community in that park. Really a large melting pot of the entire community coming together is my favorite part.
Yeah, it's incredible when I think about as a kid, that was vacant land. We used to ride our bicycles through little trails that were on that property. And to be sitting there at 9:30 at night when the lights are flipping off and everyone's starting to get excited and you start hearing the cheers and then the first firework goes off. To remember what it was as a kid and what we've been a part of to create, and it's a guesstimate. We think 15,000 people are there for the fireworks show. It's awesome. It's a really good feeling, and you just see how much our community is enjoying themselves and appreciating what happens here in Westmont.
Yeah, and this event kicks off on July 4th. 4 o'clock p.m. is when all of our activities start. We're going to run through some of those for you today. Fireworks starting at 9:30. Definitely some other activities that are running through that schedule, as we'll get into, but we're looking forward to everyone coming out on July 4th, and the event does start at 4 o'clock. But I think the first thing we should talk about is maybe some of the things we have lined up for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. We have what we're going to call Kids Zone to provide some activities for them. So that's a couple arts and crafts to keep them engaged, as well as some games from Jenga to ring toss, Connect Four. And then we're also going to bust out our big bubble balls this year and maybe have a bubble soccer game. So we're excited for that. It'll be a drop-in play kind of deal, but we're looking for everybody to join up and meet us in the Kids Zone to enjoy that. And that's going to be on Field 3, which is our most southwest baseball field.
It's a big park. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of areas, and sometimes you're on one side of the park, you may not know what's happening on the other. So, Joel, is there a map on our website?
Absolutely. So if you jump on the Park District website and you navigate to events, or on the banner, you'll find our 4th of July page, and there they'll take you through there'll be a map that's available, shows you the entire park, as well throughout the park the day of the event. There's a QR code that you'll be able to scan and pull up the map directly. So if you don't get a chance to look at that before the event on the grounds on the 4th of July at Ty Warner Park, you'll be able to scan a QR code or jump right on our website again from your phone and be taken right to the map so you can find all these events throughout the park.
And the community should know the fireworks are paid for through the Westmont Auto Mile. So that money comes from 4 car dealerships on Ogden Avenue, Lexus, Audi, BMW, and Acura, and that money then is funneled through the Chamber of Commerce, and it helps pay for this spectacular event. It's a big show, too, because it's not just one, it's actually 2 shows in one. How does that work?
So I think one of the unique things that my first time was learning that we do the 2 shows, as Bob mentioned, the ground effect fireworks and then your traditional aerials. So in the northeast corner of the park, we do what we call the ground effect fireworks. So a lot of those loud booms still visible and still going off in the air, but not necessarily your extra tall willow tree style fireworks, but fireworks that you can still see from within the park, and a little bit different than a lot of our neighboring communities are doing. So if you haven't been out before, we encourage you to check it out, as we feel that this is one of the best fireworks shows in town, and that's attributed to the way we do fireworks and that kind of unique style of the overhead aerial that are the traditional style, and then the ground effects, which are really a neat addition.
Willow tree style. That's a great description. And it's timely because in a little bit we're going to give somebody a call who's going to tell us a little bit more about fireworks, and we'll get a little more background on the show, which is great.
Yeah, thinking about the 4th, too, you think about summer drinks, food, that kind of thing. So what kind of lineup do we have for that this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have food trucks starting at 4 o'clock on the day of the event and running till 9 o'clock, or just about when fireworks start. So running through some of our food truck vendors, which are going to be in the southeast parking lot We'll have 2 twisted chefs, which is a Cajun twist on food. We'll have a dope sandwich, which is some of the best sandwiches you'll find, grilled sandwiches. We will have El Zorro Taco Truck, Jack's Chicken and Ribs, Little Deb's Express Eats, which is burgers, dogs, Polish sandwiches, homemade meatballs, Lincoln Land Kettle Corn, who has traditional popcorn and kettle corn, Stewart's Mini Cheesecakes. They have cheesecake bites and mini small cheesecakes. Wild Fries, that's a new one to us this year. That's wild-looking French fry concoctions. Woogie Rolls, which is deep fried egg rolls. You might have a mac and cheese egg roll or a pulled pork egg roll. And Zazzo's Pizza, one of our Westmont businesses, serving up Westmont's finest pizza.
That sounds great. And I know the new this year as well, we're going to do some lemon shake-ups as a crowd pleaser. So hopefully everyone stops by the backstop so we could sell out of those this year.
And the backstop is our concession stand at the ball fields. Nice play on words there for the baseball games that take place at Ty Warner Park. Again, it's always on July 4th. We're often asked, when do you do fireworks? July 4th. Never changes. We've been doing it since 2000 when Ty Warner Park opened to the public to celebrate the grand opening of that park and the contribution from Mr. Warner to help with the development. We had a fireworks show. It was so well received. Everyone had such a great time. The park board, the village board, they all jumped in and said, you know what? This needs to become an annual tradition. And since then, we've been doing it, and we will continue to do it. So special thanks to everybody from the community that gets involved, that helps out with this event. It's an undertaking, but it is so worth the time and the effort. It's a fantastic day.
Yeah, looking forward to some of the other offerings we might have for some of the kids. Luke, you want to talk about some of the entertainment we'll have roaming around the park?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Captain America, everyone's fan favorite, will be there roaming around the park to interact with the kids and keep them entertained. We'll also have a juggler as well as balloon artist. And then new this year, we'll have a gentleman with bubbles as well. So getting those kids engaged, got to love the bubble features. Those 4 different entertainers will be all throughout the park throughout the day, providing different activities. And, you know, if the parents are looking for something for themselves, there are also adult beverages available for sale also.
Right. And let's remind the public when sales ends.
As we mentioned earlier, you know, we will have beer and beverages, concessions, that kind of thing, and all those sales will wrap up at 9. And it's also important to note we will have our spray park available as well. The spray park will be closing at 8 o'clock that night, and it will not be a viewing area also. So once everyone is cleared out of that spray park, it will be closed for the evening, and we ask that everyone congregate within the park outside of the spray park area.
And do want to mention that credit cards are accepted at all of our food and beverage tents. The food trucks are each up to the food vendors themselves, but the Park District food and beer tent on site are available for credit card or cash. And while you're grabbing your beverage, we will have the same band we had last year. It was such a popular band that we ended up bringing them back, the Black Bolts, a few local guys in that band. And they will be performing at 7 o'clock p.m. and ending just shortly before fireworks. So those guys are doing anything from some 70s music to some funk to some, they call it garage rock and roll, I believe is what they call themselves. But they really have a form of music for just about everybody, some really wholesome music that the whole family can enjoy. So if you're looking for something to do, come out, grab a beverage, check out some of our kids' games, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the music from the Black Bolts. So really looking forward to having everybody at the park this year.
And one other reminder in regards to parking and traffic flow, please go to the website, look at that information. It will be provided. The Westmont Police Department has coordinated it after all these years. They've got it down on how they move vehicles and people out of the area back onto the streets. But it's good if you know what to expect before you get there. One of the things that I'm always asked at the event is, how are the fireworks shot off? Where does it happen? Who's responsible for it? We got a guy here on the line that come 9:30 at night, he is by far the coolest, most important guy at Ty Warner Park. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that blows off our fireworks, James Schiffer. How you doing, James?
I'm good. Glad to be here, Bob. How are you doing today?
Oh, we're fantastic. We're getting ready for the 4th of July, and we thought it'd be fun to bring you on. Find out a little bit more about the behind the scenes of the fireworks. So first question I have is, how'd you get into this and how long you been doing it?
A friend of mine got me into it, and I've been doing it now 22 years.
All right, 22 years.
And once you get into it, it's hard to get out.
Yeah, it's fun. I've seen the setup. So tell me a little bit about how long it takes. Where do you actually blow the fireworks off from? And how much is in there?
So it takes us, we get on site about 8 a.m. 4th of July morning, and we leave about 12:30 a.m. July 5th. By the time we're done setting up, tearing down, cleaning up, and going home, we set off. The main show is in the golf course off, what is it, the 12th hole? I think it is.
Yeah, actually,
Right
it's off the 11th hole if anybody plays Willow Crest Golf Course.
And then we also set off ground displays over by the pond in Ty Warner Park.
Do you have any idea how many fireworks, how many shells we are dealing with for Westmont Park District show?
Main shells and finale shells is somewhere probably around 1,500 or so. And that does not include all the ground display stuff. And that all comes in a big box. And it's kind of like the cakes you buy at Crazy Kaplan's or whatever in Indiana. But there's 300 to 400 of them in each box instead of 4.
All right, that's impressive.
That's way cool.
Now,
James, is this something that just anybody can do, or is there special licensing that's required for yourself?
Yeah, so the company, for the show itself, the company's licensed to do the fireworks show by the ATF. They have licenses and that. And then I am licensed in the state of Illinois as a crew chief to shoot the show off.
Okay. And here's the other question that I'm often asked. Are you pressing a button or do you actually have a long wick to light these things off?
So both, actually, on Westmont Show. 95% of the show is all electronic. We press one button. It shoots the show to music. But like anything else, we enjoy blowing stuff up and having fun. So after my guys have worked hard all day, we have about 75 or so shells that they hand fire still.
Okay. Yeah, I think
And they look.
there's something about fireworks and the kid in us. We enjoy it. That's for sure.
Yes, it's a good way to blow off some steam. It's fun. The crew is all family and friends of mine, so we've known each other our whole life for a long time, and we work well together, and we just make a good day of it.
Yeah, and it's a great show. We've been talking about it, and we're preparing, and we're ready to go. It's right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
All right. Jim, thank you very much. We appreciate your time, and we will see you 4th of July.
Yes, we will. See you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you. As we wrap this up, just a reminder, be prepared and come out for the 4th of July. Where can you go to find that information, Joel?
WestmontParks.org. Also available, you'll see some posts on our Facebook. Look for Facebook live feeds the day of so you can see what the park's looking like. And we look forward to seeing everyone there.
Come out and see everybody's smiling faces from the Park District and our rec staff. Luke, they're all ready to go.
Ready to rock? It's going to be a great evening.